and welcome to the pre-race show of round 2 of the SAES Championship. Tomorrow race weekend gets going for drivers and teams at the Scribante racetrack. It has been 41 days since the last race at Red Star and a lot has happened. For the first time as a South African race promoter, we'll be launching our electronic entry tickets. We'll also be launching our high-quality race program, which is more like a classy magazine. It's all about becoming the most exciting and professional series in South Africa. And with that comes an excellent lineup of cars. This race weekend will see a few new Audis and the premiere of the Mercedes-AMG GT3 from Sun Wiggly. So let's get over to Ernest in Cape Town and see who we have on the show today.
Thanks, Kriya, and what a stellar lineup we have for you guys today. Endurance racing has got a fantastic and rich history. And what better way to commemorate that history than to chat to a true South African legend of the sport? This man has won all over the world, and over the coming weeks, we'll be showing snippets of a sensational interview I did with the legend himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarel van der Merwe.
I think that's taken away a lot of the talent of drivers, where technology has taken over the whole scene. The start of the technology, funny enough, was the first time I drove for the Porsche Works team at Tomorrrow. So when we're sitting in pre-qualifying or pre-practice, they said, okay, we have a button on the steering wheel, this button. If you press the button, for 10 seconds you got more boost. So of course, we all just went out there and they said, okay, it's only to overtaking boost. So there was now 3 teams, 9 drivers. And then when you done it, they said, okay, did you try the button? Yes. And they started with the one, Mr. Stook. How many times did you press it? He said, 4, I think. So through the whole lot. That's the first time Big Brother got involved, because they said, okay, Mr. Stook, you said 4. You pressed it 11 times. And so, and then all of a sudden, Big Brother knew what we were doing inside the car. It's a good thing in the sense that it can predict stuff. And it can, like fuel consumption and. Telemetry takes away a lot of what natural talent of drivers. Because now all of a sudden, some computer decides, okay, you must come in, whilst you could stay out another hour or whatever the case might be. And you're not driving on the limit, and unless the telemetry tells you to go faster or slower. And sometimes, if you do a long distance race like that, you get into a groove. And without abusing the car, you just do it lap after lap after lap. And a lot of that has been taken away by computers.
How cool was that? I think he is a true legend and a motorsport rock star in his own right. Now, Ernest, I know you managed to speak to a couple of SAGT competitors last weekend. What did you come home with?
Yes, Kriya, indeed. We ran into VW Motorsport factory driver Daniel Rowe, and he'll be joining us this weekend in the SCUDERIA Scribante car. And how we got that drive? Well, that's an interesting story.
I was doing the virtual Kalami 9-hour. I've got my own esports team that I started. We've got quite a few guys in that esports team. When we initially did the virtual Kalami 9-hour, there was a rerun in which I asked Aldo, would he like if we ran in a replica of their car? So we got custom liveries done, ran in their colors for that virtual Kalami 9-hour, and then we managed to finish 3rd in that event, which was quite awesome. And I got a call from Aldo to congratulate us and to thank us for the virtual Kalami 9-hour performance, and then he offered me a drive in the GT3 car. So that was a nice surprise, wasn't expected, but it's a fantastic opportunity, and I can't be thankful enough for the opportunity. It's more of a race car than GDC, so I think it's going to be fun. I don't think the speed is going to be that daunting. I think it's just going to be a fun car to race.
It is honestly absolutely amazing to see what virtual racing can do for you. But now let's chat to his teammate, Celso Scribante, about his co-driver, Daniel Rowe.
It's going to be challenging, more so for him, because of his height and length. I'm quite short, So the seating position is adapted for me, but we're going to see what we can do to get him in. He says he'll manage, so we'll see. We're always going to try. Look, the youngsters have got more courage. You know, I'm now 78, so I'm a bit more cautious than the youngsters. They go boots and all. I take a conservative line, you know. So yeah, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try and at least hang in there. That's the main thing. What? I'm not banking on a podium. The two boys, the two sons, I think they'll be definitely looking at a podium. Definitely one of them, if not maybe both. But yeah, let's see what transpires. I mean, I know the circuit, so I actually built the circuit for my dad, so I know it inside out. Although I've only been racing cars for the last 2-3 years, you know, up to then I've always been in karting. But yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a good go, definitely. We'll give it a good go.
I think this weekend we definitely need to keep an eye on Celso. I think there's some interesting information that we can learn from him. What do you think, Ernest?
You are 100% correct. And let's not forget that his two sons will be racing against him at the family track this weekend. Let's see what Aldo and Silvio have to say about this upcoming race weekend.
We're super excited. There's going to be a lovely field of GT3 cars. We tipped to maybe be 13, 14 cars on the grid, and yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting spectacle for spectators. And we're super excited with Dad joining us.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think a memorable moment racing. We're now racing with our dad at the age he's 78 years old. And it's going to be his first national event in a GT3 car, so he'll be teaming up with a pro driver, Daniel Rowe, and I'm sure that he'll be very competitive. So yeah, we're looking forward. Our morale's really high at the moment. We're lying 1 and 2 in the championship for SCUDERIA, Scribante, and
yeah, we just got to roll on with the momentum, keep the momentum rolling, and keep focused on the task at hand, and yeah, shake down the car that I haven't been in yet, and hopefully, yeah, we can put the times in and work as a team, make a difference next weekend.
And it's our home track, home knowledge, so we should be really competitive. So looking forward to next weekend.
Yeah, unfortunately, the sector rules state 2 weeks prior to the event you may not utilize the circuit that's going to be raced. So we missed that envelope, but we do have Thursday and Friday next week where we can shake down the car. So yeah, it's not all lost, and it's up to me. I must find my comfort zone in the car and put the times together, and then it'll come together hopefully.
I definitely don't think that it can get any bigger for the Scribante family, and definitely well deserved if you look at what they've brought to motorsport in South Africa. Speaking about motorsport, we recently launched our virtual SAGT, and Ernest has a lot to say about it.
Ah yes, the virtual SAGT, where just like Daniel Rowe, you could find yourself behind the wheel of a GT3 car. But how realistic is it? The sim used will be R-Factor 2 and we'll be going around circuits all over the country. But how close is it to the real thing? Let's hop on board and find out. On top of your screen, you see Arnold Neveling behind the wheel. Down the straight they go, and top speed of 241 kilometers an hour before they hit the very hard braking zone where they're going to want to take an early apex. Line it up perfectly, and you can see the lines are very similar between the two. Now into the iconic S's and one of the trickiest corners in South African motorsport. Lots of work happening on top there, and you got to wonder, does it make a difference if you're driving a car that's worth 3 to 5 million rand? Through the hanger sweep at over 202 kilometers an hour, pulling 2.1 G into the very hard braking zone, tight right-hander. Just look at all the lock both drivers have to take. Now, the final sweep and the final sector of all the Scribante. Nail-biting stuff as they bite down towards the last corner up ahead. You can see the lines are going to be very similar into the final braking zone and final turn. So close to the McLaren in front, but just not enough yet. Maybe one more lap and he'll get him. Across the line they go, and the lap record time to beat 57.0 seconds. Well, I need to get back to some sim racing. Over to you, Kriya.
Well, that's it for now. We'll be back live tomorrow from the racetrack around 5:30 with a recap of qualifying. And then on Saturday, of course, we'll be bringing you both SAGT races and the 4-hour endurance race. Stay tuned to our social media channels for more details. And if you are in the PE area, why don't you come down to the racetrack? Tickets are still available online. And if you get them there, they're 50 Rand cheaper than at the gate. We'll see you at the race.